We're gonna have to get the cutout.
Mike,
Mike, we gotta get this for the intro.
Yeah, Mike. Welcome back, and we're back. It's the Bet Online LA Football Network Salute to Troy podcast. It's your man Al Royal and your boy Phil Robinson. Phil, I just need to check on you because I'm pretty sure how pissed off Devontae Adams was. I'm pretty sure you're just as mad.
A long time ago, I discovered, especially doing this as media, is that you can't get too high with the highs and you can't get too low with the lows. And sometimes when your football team just can't get it right and for whatever reason can't get out of their own way.
Hey, I will say this: it was a perfect play call because Devontae Adams would have been wide ass open. He would have been wide ass open. It was a good call. But Hunter just got a little jammed up. It is what it is.
It wasn't Hunter who got jammed up. It was Devontae who took an inside release. Had he taken the outside release instead, but it wasn't that he took it. He got forced into it.
Oh, okay.
If he was able to go over the top, then Hunter would have came right underneath him.
I got you. Well, neither here nor there. We're here to talk about the 6-0 Trojans. The 6-0 Trojans, they're now bowl eligible, so there will be a postseason for the Trojans, guaranteed.
Yes, sir.
They did fall in the AP poll to number 7, but we're going to still call them number 6 Trojans because the coaches still feel like they're number 6. They put Tennessee over them. That's neither here nor there. Like my buddy said, if they keep winning, everything will take care of itself, right?
Yes, sir.
So it is what it is. It'll take care of itself. I want to just jump straight into this. I think this was an excellent executed game by the Trojans. I think it was an overall team win by the Trojans. A lot of people might not agree, but I think it was a very, very good performance by Caleb Williams. I'm going to tell you why. This past Saturday was not his game to dominate, even though he did have 2 touchdown passes, and the first one was just incredible. But this week was Travis Dye's week, and he showed his ass. Even though he did score a touchdown, 5.3 yards a carry, 28 carries. Travis Dye had Lincoln Riley ran the ball a total of 40 times, but Lincoln Riley ran the ball with Travis Dye 28 times, 149 yards and a touchdown. And Washington State has never given up a run over 20 yards. Travis Dye had a long run of 20 yards. Travis Dye showed up. We've been on the Travis Dye fan club since camp report. We've never had anything bad to say about Travis Dye. He shows up week in and week out, and he did what he had to do. I will say this: Caleb Williams came up and he performed. He didn't have stellar numbers. He made big plays. He went 15 for 29, which I think is good. 188 yards. He averaged 6.5 and 2 touchdowns. Right, that first touchdown that he did throw, I think that was just amazing. That was good. You know who was quiet? Jordan Addison, but that's all right. I don't think he minds. He only had 37 yards. You know who had and then Brendan Rice 3 receptions for 38, along with 20, and our man Mario Williams was his Saturday, 4 receptions, 82 yards, 2 touchdowns. And I mentioned this before. Williams is getting all the touchdowns and Addison is getting all the yards. And I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? Like, if that's how you're going to do it, I'm okay with that. Going into it, I knew Washington State defense was better than most in the conference, and it wasn't that bad, and there was no complaint with it. What they did offensively, I think, like I said, it was a total team win. I have no complaints with anybody's play. I think everybody played. I will say this. The defense did not get a turnover, but they gave up a lot of rushing yards, but they didn't give up any touchdowns. They gave up 2 touchdowns, and that's fine. They covered the spread, 14 points given up. One thing I am going to say about this defense is that they don't give up a lot of points. And I think if they just stick with this philosophy, beat us to 50, you have to score more than 20 to beat us. And that day's coming. It might come this week because this week, like we said, is midterm week, right? For the Trojans. It's midterm week. Big game coming up. And the game just got elevated even higher because now They're playing Utah. They're coming off the road, and they got the loss. The Trojans have to go to Salt Lake. Neither here nor there. I think this past week they handled the trap game the way they were supposed to handle it. This was another week for me where I was never worried, right? Like, we're used to back-to-back-to-back scoring from the Trojans, and a lot of things aren't going to happen every week. We're used to turnovers. They didn't get a turnover. That's fine. But the most part, when the game was over and the clock struck 0 in the fourth quarter, I was able to walk away just as confident as I was the week before and prior weeks before. I have no complaints. I think they played very well defensively up front. Big 49 had a game, 3.5 sacks, no problem. The defense was on the quarterback. I mean, they gave up a lot of rushing. It is what it is, but they didn't give up points. They're going to have to reduce the big play. Let's just say that's a year investment that they'll stop giving up the big play. But for the most part, like I said, when I turned the TV off on Saturday, I was thoroughly convinced that the Trojans still are where they are, and there's nothing to me that's not making me convinced. Are they still elite enough to beat the top teams? No, I don't think they're there yet. But this is one of the most impressive rebuilds that I've ever seen from a Power 5 school.
The rebuild has been spectacular. And even with your praise of the defense, I still think you're underselling it just a smidge anyway, because the difference in this particular game was the pass rush showed up in a major way. Not like you said, number 49, the captain, was everywhere. He was unblockable. He was anytime you needed something, number 49 was there. There were no turnovers, but it was more of a quick pass and ball control kind of offense, and they weren't going to give them a lot of opportunity to get their hands on the ball. But when you look at what they gave up 130 yards to Jalen Jenkins, the running back, and a lot of chunk plays on the run. But as you said, they only gave up 13 points. And as we've been watching this season, this defense has progressively gotten better and better and better and more from its key players. And so I'm not ready to crown them by any stretch, but with the continuous evolution of their defense and the direction that they're headed, this is a very good thing and a very good sign for this football team. Now, they might have dropped in the AP poll because Tennessee had a larger win over another opponent, but Tennessee plays Alabama this week. So Tennessee can hold on to that spot for a week and then go out there and get crushed by Bama, and that'll be all we wrote about Tennessee. We have Utah coming up, and Utah is in must-win territory. And when we looked at the schedule, I neglected to look at Utah's schedule because I never would have believed that at this point they'd be 3-3.
No, they're
3-2.
4-2. 4-2. They're 4-2. They lost to Florida. And they lost to the other school last week.
The other school. Gonna need to show the other school some respect because at this point they're charging up and they're number 11.
No, well, like I said, I hope the other school stays undefeated. So when they play for the bell, it'll be worth it, right? Yeah, like the final. But like, I think the other school's playing well right now. You know what I mean? But my heart is Cardinal and Gold, so I don't care what anybody says. The Trojans are 6-0, and that's where it stands. And they got to play, like you said, they got to play a 4-2 Utah on a must-win. They were the kings of the South for a little bit, but and eventually, they always say the environment rights itself, right? So nature always corrects its wrongs, and I think things are starting to shape up to what they need to be. I do think it has a little bit to do with the NIL. I don't think they'll be able to keep up NIL wise. And so when it comes down to recruiting players, like things are going to surpass them a little bit. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but that's where I go about it.
It's kind of hard to say that. Like I get what you're saying, and in terms of resources and overall attraction, that no, they won't be able to keep up. But Chip Kelly had no problem getting people to come to Oregon.
Yeah, but Oregon also has money, and Oregon has nice uniforms.
Well, and if UCLA keeps winning, they'll have both.
I was talking more about Utah. Oh,
you talking about Utah?
Yeah.
They you're not going to get a lot of people that want to go to Utah.
Yeah, I'm not going to want to go to Salt Lake. I like my winters warm, so I think I'll nestle myself in Southern California.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard it was an underrated town from some basketball types, but if you gave me a choice between Southern California and Utah, I'd have to not be able to go to Southern California to end up in Utah.
Yeah, no doubt. Definitely, man. So, like I said, I'm impressed. I will say this. I will piggyback off what you said with your comment. I'm not 100% sold on the defense, but it's just amazing to me how much they give up, but how little points they give up. If that makes sense, like they haven't given up over 30. Knock on wood, they haven't given up over 30 this year, right? I'm waiting for the shootout where it's like, all right, the first to 50. I'm going to score, but I want you to outscore me. That's the game we're waiting for. That's the game that's going to bring the fans in. The Coliseum attendance is growing slowly. Like the stands is filling out. So I think the more games they win, the more fans will get in there. And the thing will get back to about 90,000 people again, which is great for the school, great for the environment, great for enrollment, and it's great for football, right? Because the Interlock SC is one of the big logos that nationwide. So absolutely. I think it's great. So I just man, I like I said, I left that game without a worry, right? Now we gotta move on to Utah. But first, we don't move on. We don't have all 22. We got actual game field. We're going to go offense or defense first. Before we do that, I want to let you guys know football is back, and BetOnline remains your number one source for all your football betting needs this season. You'll find the latest odds, matchup info, player news, and game trends. As your continued source for all sports wagering info, BetOnline features live betting, free contests, live scores, and giveaways all season long. Always the fastest and easiest way to bet all your favorite sports, and even all your favorite sports and events. MLB, MMA, tennis, boxing, and even golf. Head to betonline.ag and join and receive your 1,000% welcome bonus with your first deposit. Make sure you use promo code BLEAV, BLEAV, to receive your rewards. BetOnline, where the game starts. All right, offense or defense first? Which one you want to see first?
Let us go offense, because the defense did incredible. So let's watch the offense and see how we got to 30.
We won't be able to watch the 30. We'll be here for 4 hours. But we could watch a couple of drives. I'm always good for that. So we're starting off empty. Empty is becoming a big thing for Lincoln Riley, which I get. I want to spread that. I will want to spread that defense out because their front seven was good. Now, this first drive, if I'm not mistaken, I think they punted their first drive and they scored their second.
Now?
No, this is the one where they scored. The big play's coming. There's our man 26 around the corner. Right? So they just gave what they gave him. There's Towel Man. There's Towel Man. Power. Run power. Run power. You have success with Travis Dye. I don't care what anybody says.
He's high. He's high.
There's Towel Man.
Back up that time.
Run it again. That's fine. And the thing I liked about this game with Lincoln Riley is that he didn't go away from the run. And no. Travis Dye got stronger as the game went on. The thing I'm not liking is that Austin Jones is not getting the ball. He was suited up on the sideline. They showed him. Like, I wish I knew what was going on with that.
Travis Dye?
Yeah, but when they gave him a breather, they were going to Raleigh. And I have nothing against Raleigh. But
I'd like to see Raleigh get going and be able to do a little bit more. I think the way that they use him needs to maybe try to change and not so much as try to do what you do with Travis Dye with Raleigh Brown, who's obviously there's a size discrepancy.
Yeah, give him more fly sweeps and things like that.
Maybe more single back, less gun running. Counter or two, so get lost behind the line and spring and then emerge.
Yeah.
There's 5 on the line. Who's bailing? Guy in the middle's bailing. No, second in on top.
They might send him. Okay. Yep. They ran a stunt. Got tipped at the line. Now, this front seven for Wazoo wasn't bad.
When you bring them all,
yeah.
Isn't that what I always say? If you're going to show it, you got to bring it.
There's a power, and they threw it.
Good work by the corner, staying in his spot. Could have very easily gotten blocked, and that could have been fixed.
I want to say this is the week. There you go, Mario. I want to say this is the week that Brandon Rice just comes out and everybody's like, who is number 2? Number 2 is just killing it. Oh. I remember that play. He just stands and looks. It is what it is. Hey, make up for it, 4. Let's make up for it. You know what I mean? How do you make up for it? I love the 20 personnel. I just love it with number. I prefer it with number up.
You remember what I was telling you about missing guys?
Yeah.
And you had a relic. Your fast looked at him.
He looked at him.
Not to give it to him.
He just doesn't want to make mistakes. That's the thing about it. Motion to empty. Oh, that's Austin Jones right there that they motioned out. And that's Mario Williams wide ass open. That would be a touchdown. That's a hell of a play call. Let's see if I can get this right.
Good blocking. Nice little rollout.
Oh, perfect.
Not even a rollout.
So this is a threat right here. And look, the safety's like, all right, we don't want 3 to beat us. But I think they forgot that 3 and 4 is both good. So if you look at the bottom of the Pac-12, that's Jordan Addison, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the dude to this side of his back, he got eyes on quarterback. That's cool. The safety got eyes on Jordan Addison, running a streak at us. Think he's going to run a seam at him, right?
Yeah.
And he completely forgot about Mario Williams.
And then the corner can't bail on Austin Jones.
Yep. And then you get a touchdown. And whenever you get a DB with his hands up, that's who blew the coverage.
Yep.
That's the one who blew the coverage. That's good.
And so that was a great scheme by the coach because that was just the scheme beat the defense.
Yep. And that works. Touchdown. Also, winning solves everything. When you win, you still keep people happy.
Yeah.
And that is our man Travis Dye getting 7 yards. That looks like, was that power again? I hope it was power again.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, that's just outside zone.
Yeah, just zone. Yeah, elephants on parade.
Yeah. Just run the ball with 26 and you'll be all right. Play action.
Up. Ooh.
He caught that too.
That was a heck of a throw. That's not where I would have went with it, but you know.
That's what makes him a Heisman candidate.
Yeah.
He should be. That's a good throw.
That's a great throw.
That's nice. And then you got Talman They did keep the ball a long time too. But Washington State tried to keep this power again. Oh, he kept it. I remember this play. Slide. That's the only issue I have with it. Slide, bro.
That last one looked like he took that hit right on the knee.
Yep. Slide. Just slide. You got the cameraman.
Cameraman is shook. Yeah,
slide.
Right on the knee. Yeah, right on the knee. Boy, he's lucky.
All right, here we go. On the 15-yard line, let's make something happen. Let's score some points. There you go. A little G scheme. Boom. Oh, that was it. I like that call. He should have hit that one.
He's a little worse for wear. He needs a breather. I could tell that right off the bat. He's leaning on them thighs hard.
Good block inside of it. Bam.
Great block. And let's see the next play.
See, I don't like him trying to bounce it.
He got no steam left.
So just get forward and just get positive yards. Let's go to the next play. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, just get forward, turn your shoulder pads sideways, and let's just get a little extra. Oh, shit, he should have gave it there.
Or at least thrown it to him.
Nah, he should have gave it to Die. Watch, you'll see it from the end zone. Should have gave it. That was it.
Yeah, it was there.
The block was there, too. That was it. He should have gave it. At least he doesn't try to force throws, and I'm going to still say that about him. I'm going to say that about him all year. He doesn't try to force any throws. That's one thing I like about him. What is it, 10? Couple more drives. This was a good throw. Good throw, good coverage. You know what I mean? Like that. Sometimes you just got to give it to the DB. That's just good coverage. That was a good eye, though. That was a good throw. He was open. I wouldn't. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not going to kill him on that. I like that read.
It's an NFL throw. It's an NFL read.
Now, here's my problem. That's Raleek, right?
We're going to need you to hold that block just a smidge longer than that, player.
Yeah, but here's my problem with Raleek, and he's young, right? Put your foot in the ground and go. He's still trying to – he's juked the man that's blocked. Just run off of 19's ass. Put your foot in the ground and go.
If he's gonna cut in like that on the block, take it right on outside, and there's nobody out there.
I was not happy with this play call.
That was a bad one. On 3rd and short, that is not what you need to be doing, because anytime Jordan Addison is in the backfield or close to the line of scrimmage, they could look.
Yeah.
And I don't need to see my man come up with an ankle injury because you want to run the fly sweep for negative 5.5 yards.
And I get it. There's nothing against it. I mean, you tried it. Don't do it again.
Here it is.
Boom.
And better throw. Needed a better throw. He had him. God didn't freeze the safety. That's why.
That's PI. That's PI.
What's PI these days?
Who knows when they feel like throwing it? And you run power. Get him back honest. Run power. I love it. I love that call right there because that should put him in 3rd down. And it is. He got about 2 yards. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. And I love that call. That's fine.
And that part is where the magic happens.
37, yep.
So far, we still got a game. 14-10. 14-10.
That's my man. That's my man I've been rooting for. That's Kyle Ford right there.
Pretty sure old boy on the right left early. The lineman, it looked like he left early to me.
Empty? These are bad drives.
You got to be a little bit more patient, homie. You had time.
Mm-hmm.
That was just they expected a blitz though, and didn't get it. Ooh, that was one of those that you feel like should have.
Oh, reliable number 2. Number 2 is going. Where's the big game that number 2 is going to win for us? Make the catch.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Rewind that. Should be our inside receiver.
At the top or the bottom?
At the right in between the 30 and the 40, right there at the SC.
I saw it. Yeah. He had a window there, yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
But he got his 9, so it's all good.
Yeah. No doubt.
Because here we go with Travis Dye.
He's just getting started. This is only first half. He got to go to the locker room and what was stuff from Space Jam? Bug seeker stuff.
But
Get the gator in him and he gets ready to go. Spin out. That's excellent.
So that is a very, very trusty, reliable move for him. I hope that continues to work. But a lot of these quarterbacks are using that.
Yeah, they teach him that. They teach him spin and avoid pressure. It's like step back spin and then
the drop step on them.
Yeah.
You got more.
Block. I like that move that he did there. Good decisions, man. He's a good decision maker. That's one thing I like about him. Like if I was evaluating him, I feel like he's a good decision maker and he protects the ball. You know? All right, let's finish this drive off. Let's finish it off with a touchdown. Power. It's not a bad tackle by the safety. He's pretty good. He came up and got it. Power. Who missed him? The tight end. Come on, dude.
Got to be there.
Just get in the way. He'll take care of the rest. Just get in the way. That might have been counted, that last play. All right, 4th and 1. Are they going to kick it? Go. This next play would be 4th and 1.
We got play. Same one.
They're going for it.
Oh.
They get it.
And some.
You know why? Because they got 26.
Big guard.
If I'm in my minus 30, if I'm in my plus 30, and I have Travis Dye, I'm going for the 4th and 1 every time.
That 30 in. That was a nice move that he made to fake it to the outside and open up that gap because there wasn't one.
I think this was a busted play that turned positive.
Yeah, that did have that oopsie feel to it.
Yeah.
He went ahead and skirted on out of bounds like, we take these 4 or 5.
I'll take them real quick.
Have to run that again, and next time have him pull it. No, that's why he let it go.
Yeah, and then there was nobody there to block. Who's that? 32?
Yeah, and he was keyed on him. That was the read. We got he should have hit him a lot earlier than that, and he'd have scored.
Yeah.
Right on the break. Let's see, what was he? Look, was he 6 coming with 6? Did they bring all 6? Sure did.
Yep.
And that's why.
Under pressure. Did they get the first?
No. I think they got a pick call. Yeah, they got a pick on that.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't even a pick. I remember that. That was bad.
No, I've seen some very interesting things with officiating lately, Al, to be honest with you.
Yeah, they give
there
official.
He had Jerry's boy right there, Brandon coming out down the scene. Do you see him right there?
Yeah.
Yep. Has he got? No, he hasn't hit pay dirt yet, has he?
I don't think he has.
Yeah, that would have been nice for him, for that young man.
To get a touchdown.
Yeah, he was open. You out here doing the work. When you're doing the work and opportunities presents itself, you'd like to cash in. Especially when you got guys over here trying to make circus catches getting pushed out of bounds.
So we got a PI.
That's where.
And Travis Dodge walks it right in. Is that power? Are we going to get down, down, pull? Down, down, pull equals power equals a walk into the end zone. We'll end it on that one. I think that's a good one to end it on. So very impressively. So they were up 17-14 and a half. So their point differential, I think they only given up 7 points in the third quarter. They're like the most successful team in the third quarter. And if they're a second half team, I'm all for it. And maybe that's no, they gave up a lot of big runs in the second half. But
they didn't score. You can give up all the yards you want to.
I mean, that's all that matters.
The Raiders only gave up 25 yards receiving to Travis Kelce, and what did it do?
You're right. I just want to let you know before you get to football. Football is back, and BetOnline remains your number one source for all your football betting needs this season. You'll find the latest odds, matchup info, player news, and game trends. As your continued source for all your sporting wager info, BetOnline features live betting, free contests, live scores, and giveaways all season long. Always the fastest and easiest way to bet all your favorite sports and events like MLB, MMA, tennis, boxing, and even golf. Head to betonline.ag to join and receive your 100% welcome bonus with your first deposit. Make sure you use promo code BLEAV, that's BLEAV, to receive your rewards. BetOnline, where the game starts. All right, here's the thing I'm going to tell you about the defense. The defense does not have to be – this is just for this year, okay? And I understand we need to get better. But how do I say it? Like, you need a dominant defense to be a national champion, right?
Right.
But I don't think we're going to get that this year because we don't have the depth. But if we get performances like we got from the front and we put it all together, I should say it like this. Now that I said it, we've never had a complete game from the defense. Either the front is great, the DBs are great. We never had it all as one. We need a complete game from the defense to make it happen. I want to see a complete game from the defense.
I agree. I want to see the run defense step up because this is going to be a game where they have to. Utah is not going to throw the ball a million times if they can gash them on the run. It's just not going to happen. And up to this point, the run defense has gotten progressively better, but been shaky at best to borderline straight up bad. And while I believe that they can definitely get out ahead of Utah, Cameron Rising is still a very accurate quarterback and is going to make life miserable for the Trojan defense up until the time that he has his major catastrophe.
And he can run.
He said he'll give up that rock if you hit him.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, so let's check the defense out. Let's check out the D. All right, so they go empty. So they choose to play zone and empty. They prefer to play 3-on-2 and 4-on-3, which is fine. But you can't back off, which it is what it is. All right, keep them in front of you. You can't back off. Which, in situations, they just cut everybody down too. Yuck. That's disgusting. That's tough. They just said, we're just going to cut everybody down and get them all out fast.
We're not going to block it.
And I get why. All right, here we go. There you go. That's how you play defense. I like that one. Set the edge, get up off of it, button shed, and make the play. That's a Sunday play, son. This dude came from Hawaii, so they run that running gun, or run and shoot, whichever one he's accustomed to. Fly sweep, make the play. Good job. Tackle him.
I like how they broke down into spacing and didn't try to chase to make sure they didn't give him any angles.
Yep, they just played their lane. It turned into like a punt drill.
Yeah.
Right? He's like, all right, well, I'm running back this way.
Tackled the wrong guy. It didn't matter. It's one less block.
Yeah. Jerseys aren't chasing each other. That's a good job. Got good coverage there. Run a little game.
They had good cover. This was this actually what ended up being one of the stylistic matchups, strength versus strength, and it worked out well for SC.
Yeah. And they answered. They have absolutely nobody in the box with the running back. They could have ran the ball and they could have had action. Just like that. Oh.
Had to get that man the ball earlier, but he wasn't looking that direction. And the better throw, and he's got that up on a long run.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't go back to that. I would have had that circled. Let's try that again.
They did. Oh, they had it covered.
There's sack number 1 by Big Tupo. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. He just beats him. Boom. Knocks the hand down and turns the corner. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. That was good to see. 3 sacks in the first half is always good to see.
Always.
Let's go. They go empty. They run draw here. That was not a great play call. I don't know why they called that play.
Trying to catch them slipping.
Nah, man. Trying to get yards back. I get it, but I wouldn't put all my eggs in that basket on that play. Bunch to empty.
That was great.
And there's another one. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom.
They played it beautifully. And what did they yell in? Pass them off?
Yep. Catch, carry, and deliver. Catch it, carry it, and deliver. That big who gets another one. I love it. We just need complete games, man. It's possible. Oh, then we have no edge.
None. And that was so nice of him to make sure he ran directly into the safety instead of around him.
Why is he slanted down in? Like, I don't get that.
I'm guessing the linebacker was supposed to be his contain.
All right.
I mean, from the looks of it, that's the only thing that would explain that.
I will say this. I need better play out of Gentry. Like, yeah, I need better play out of Gentry. I'm being positive today. That would be my only negative note. I need better play out of Gentry.
I mean, they only gave up 14, brother. How negative can you be?
Yeah.
You didn't have 200 yards passing. How negative can you be?
Yeah, but my man right here ran for $150.
It didn't matter. They didn't win.
Yeah, that is true. That must hurt. Just no edge again. Ooh, bounce it back. Stack. What are y'all gonna run out of double stack?
Let's find out. Oof. Not a damn thing.
Yeah, I love it. You got at least 11 hats to the ball. Like they turn and go.
Yes, they do. Quickly.
That's a beautiful thing. They see screen, turn and go. Look, they turn and going. Boom, boom. That's a good one. I love that one.
Is he leaving the field? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
They get him for this. They review it and then they get him.
For the 12th man on the field?
Yeah. Because you're allowed to sub if they sub because they sub. And then he was coming on and he was like, nah, stay off. And they got him.
I got to give the defensive front some credit.
Yeah, they played their ass off, man.
They've gotten a lot better than what I saw in the spring game.
Yeah,
and look, when I went back and I watched Washington State their last game, I was like, their offensive line is pretty damn good, and the Trojans' defensive line took it to them.
They probably got called to the challenge this week. But, they, like I said, they just need a complete. I just want to see a complete game out of them. That's all. Like, I want to see a complete game on all levels. Mm-hmm. A complete defensive game. And then that makes them good. Like, you know what I mean? A 3-pick, 4-sack, a total of 200 yards. One of those games. You know what I mean? And then that's one of those things where you're like, oh, okay. They didn't even score in the first half, so they just scored all their points in the second quarter. So their Super Bowl was in the second quarter.
And actually, they didn't really. Dejon Stribling didn't get off. It was the other one, the bigger guy, the bigger.
Yeah, that Ollie kid is normally good too. Yeah, Ollie didn't do anything.
Well, they didn't. So he started the game off hot, picking on Mekhi Blackman and imposing his physical size on him, and then they just kind of went away from it.
Yeah.
Why, I couldn't tell you, but hey, it worked out for us. So that was a great strategy. Do it again. Don't throw to your mismatch.
Is this the play? I want to end it on this play. I'm gonna show you a play. I think you know a play I want to end it on too. Throw it away. I think you already know what play I want to end it on. Throw it away. This the pressure.
Talman got a little overzealous.
Yeah, they got. Talman's just geek to be geek. Here it is. Yaka! Oh. I love it.
Oh. Let's watch that again. I looked him up. Boom! Don't ever touch that ball again. We're gonna have to get the cutout. Mike, we gotta get this for the intro.
Yeah, Mike. Put this one on YouTube, Mike. Yakow! Love it. Now I thought it was a clean hit. I thought that was a clean hit. I don't know, but just because the top of his helmet hit his face, man, I don't know.
So here's the thing that gets me, and we could talk about this targeting thing because I get what they're trying to do with protecting the players. I honestly and truthfully do. But when you got a dude who's 6 foot plus, who's trying to come down to hit a guy who's 5'8" on a great day with some 1/2-inch spikes, what's he gonna hit?
Right.
And if you go back and you watch the side view, he hit him with his shoulder. He just hit him right underneath his chin, right across the top of his chest. And so anytime you hit somebody like that, their head's gonna snap back.
So here's my issue with targeting. They have this set in stone rule, but the rule is not realistic to real life, right? So they say like, oh, you can't lower your helmet, blah blah blah, or make head-to-head contact. But like you said, this dude's 6'2", and he has to drop to make a tackle. Like your helmets are going to touch. Like the rule, so they don't come up with a solution on how not to get targeted. Their only solution is gator tackle. I'm not going to gator tackle on that. Like I'm running full speed. I'm gonna let them have it. Like don't take away the hard hit in the game. Like the big hit is why we like the game. Like that's not targeting, right? And realistically, he didn't lower his head. He kept his eyes up and everything. Like that is not targeting. He didn't spear. He didn't do anything. Like so that's where I'm like, oh man, that shit gets weird. Like that's not targeting.
And not only that, I feel like when you want to know what targeting is, you should take a clear indication of the other team, the guy who gets hit. If he springs back up and he's fine, not targeting. If my man is laying down there for a second and he's discombobulated and having involuntary muscle movements, I'm not going to call it what other people have said about it, but or basically showing signs of impairment, then it shouldn't be targeting.
So here's the crazy part about targeting, right? If I catch the ball and you hit me face up and our helmets hit, right, it's targeting. But if I catch the ball with my back to you, I can still run dead ass through your back and it's not targeting.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So if I put my helmet through your chest and the bottom of your helmet hits the top of my helmet, they're like, oh, you led with the crown, blah blah blah, all that bullshit, unrealistic.
Or even better, or I do you one better. If you catch that ball and I hit you as the ball gets to you, that's targeting. If I wait for you to turn around and take 2 steps and I'm just laying your ass out,
it still might be targeting. You know what I mean? Like they set these rules, but there's no justified solution. If I was ever on like a rules committee or whatever, I would ask them like, what's the solution? Tell me the solution and make it realistic. Like it's just a bunch of suits making rules. That's neither here nor there. We can sit on that soapbox all day. Right. Man, you know what? The Trojans are rolling. Like I said, let's just see it. I want to see a complete game from the defense, but no bad words for the defense. Man, they only gave up 14 points. They haven't given up 30 all year, knock on wood. It's midterm week. It is midterm week. We circled this on their schedule a long time ago. We said they have a series of tests, quizzes, and everything. They're finally to midterms. They got to go to Salt Lake, change the elevation. They have to play a top contender in the conference. This determines their chances to go to the Pac-12 championship. They got to play the Utes. The Utes run the ball really well. They have a very good quarterback in the conference. They're overall a very well-developed team. This is the first big test. Like I said, they had a series of tests. This is the first big test. You're on the spotlight. You have the main game, 5 o'clock on Fox. It's all you. Everybody has to show up. Everybody get healthy. They got to go play football. They got to get together. They have to handle adversity. They have to get through situations. Might not go their way at certain points of the game, but as long as they keep doing what they do, I feel confident they should be able to walk out with a win.
As do I. I think that if they can get Utah out of being able to run the ball, then they'll be playing with house money. But they're going to have to be crisp. They're going to have to execute. Utah's not going to make it easy for them. Their defensive front is going to put a lot of pressure on Caleb Williams. And lately, in the last couple of weeks, teams have been heating him up, and you can see that it's throwing him off in the stat column.
Yeah, it has. But I will say this. The other team didn't make it any better by beating them in the Rose Bowl last week. So the other school had made our test a little bit harder, but it is what it is. I'm ready for it, man. I'm excited. I can't wait to break this film down on Thursday. Hopefully we can get the Bruin Bible guys on Thursday and we can have a little chat with them, tell them see what they thought of the game and get their little insights, see what they expect out of the Trojans. It'll be good to hear. Like I said, I hope the Bruins stay undefeated. I hope we stay undefeated. I can't wait for that game at the Rose Bowl. That crosstown rivalry is going to be great.
It is in Westwood. I'm going to try to be in attendance for that one.
Definitely. That'll be a big game. So It was great, man. I think we put on a good one today, man. Phil, it's always good to see you. We just got to keep rolling. Number 6 Trojans in the coaches poll. We're not paying attention to AP this week. We don't like haters, man. This has been the LAFB Bet Online Salute to Troy podcast. You always know the saying, live free, fight on.